miss the biggest nights in MMA.
We are now set for the main event.
Now with the shot. Oh, it's got one of the greats. Champions of the world.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my! Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
Well, that's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net.
And shoots. Score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on The Zone.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
The Zone is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going.
Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
Well, we are in Giza at the Grand Egyptian Museum. This is not your regular boxing press conference. We've got the world-famous pyramids in the background and the man who has for years been considered world boxing's most famous face. Canelo Alvarez faces his next opponent, Christian Mbilli, in today's Mexico versus the World press conference. It is such an impressive location here in Giza at the museum. Very warm welcome along to our set position. Good to have you with us today. My name is Kate Scott. I'm with the former junior middleweight champ Sergio Mora, senior insider at Ring Magazine Mike Coppinger, and the former heavyweight contender and world-class trainer now Malik Scott. Good to see you all. You felt like this was just one of those events, one of those weekends in boxing that you could not miss, even though it was all the way across the world here in Egypt.
No, I always read about the historic pyramids. I had to see them for myself. But no, I just think this is a spectacle. You know, we all know that Canelo is something special. We all know that Oleg Zuner is going to go down as a legend. I just wanted to be here myself. Plus, we needed a Mexican here.
Yes, we did. Here you are representing. I think boxing fans, you know, we all love Canelo and what he's managed to achieve in the sport. It's so impressive, just his legacy in the sport already. Do you think he can make another run at 168 now and be as dominant as he once was?
I believe he do, but I also believe that Mbilli is the one who's going to answer that question for all of us, because the pressure that he's going to put, he's going to make Canelo do whatever Canelo have to do to beat him. Canelo can't be on the back foot, which he's not going to be. And Mbilli, to me, is the man that's going to help us figure out all the questions we have about this Canelo, the legend, the one that is waking up in Versace pajamas. Is he still hungry? Can he continue to still do it? Yes, but Mbilli is going to answer those questions.
I like how that sounds. How high are the stakes for Canelo in this fight? Is it win or go home, win or retire?
Kate, I don't think Canelo Alvarez can afford to lose twice in a row. Last time he fought in last September against Terence Crawford, he lost a decision. And against Christian Mbilli, he has a fighter who, in my opinion, is tailor-made for him. Non-stop pressure, like Malik said. I can see Canelo leaning on the ropes and countering. He can push Mbilli back with his pressure. But Canelo needs to win and look impressive here, and I think he will.
I guess one of the things that's exciting about this fight is when you look at it on paper, it feels like they match up really well. It feels like their styles are going to gel, Malik, and we're going to get a good fight.
Absolutely, because Christian Mbilli doesn't have a plan B. And that sounds like a bad thing. The connotation on it could come across like, well, if you don't have a plan B, he's not a good fighter. No, he's so good with his plan B, pressuring fighters, testing their character, making them answer questions about themselves beyond the physical. And now he's going against the face of boxing, the cash cow. Now he's also going against someone that's going to answer all of the questions that he's going to ask him. Canelo, to me, has fought Cotto, who came forward. He has fought Ngadi, who have came forward, and he did very well against those guys. I don't believe there's going to be a difference on Saturday night.
Sergio, if you're Canelo, the age that you're at, the fact that you're coming off the loss to Terence Crawford, why do you accept a fight against Christian Mbilli?
Because the people that give Canelo, the boxers, the great boxers that give Canelo Alvarez issues are movers, are jabbers. Mayweather, Bivol, Crawford had a little bit of everything. But with Mbilli, you're not going to have that. It's not going to be the sweet science. It's going to be a train wreck between two strong super middleweights. And the fact that Canelo is not a champion, we want to see what type of hunger so Alvarez still has for the game at 36 years old. Does he still want to become champion? He's still the face of boxing, but he's not a champion no more. So he wants that belt back. He wants to get back to where he belongs.
He's 22 years into his career, 60-plus fights. Can you still be hungry?
I believe he can. In this case, there's a lot of fighters, the special ones. Floyd Mayweather at the end was still hungry. Canelo Alvarez, I believe, is at the end, but he's still hungry. And as long as that hunger desire is still there, to me, he's still dangerous. Even with fighting a front foot heavy fighter like Mbilli, he's still going to come through.
So Christian Mbilli is the WBC super middleweight champion. We can show you the rankings there. You see Canelo is the #1 contender there. Why did this feel like the right decision to give Canelo that immediate title shot, Mike?
Canelo Alvarez, like Malik said, he's the face of boxing, and he should get whatever he wants, really. I mean, Terence Crawford did defeat him, but I don't think Canelo Alvarez is getting enough credit for his performance in that fight. It wasn't like he looked completely out of his depth. He was fighting a legend and the pound-for-pound best before he retired, so Canelo Alvarez now gets another deserved shot, and I think he's going to win the title. He's a big favorite to do so.
What are the questions that you have that you want answered about Canelo in this fight?
Hunger. You know, is he a prize fighter now? Is he doing it strictly for the money, just to stay in the game as long as possible to make a incredible living? Because he hasn't knocked out anybody in about 5 years, and he's gone 8-0 to a decision. So are the injuries catching up? Or is he just losing that killer instinct? Or is he just facing the absolute best in the game? It can be a little bit of everything. That's why I think Canelo, to Malik's point, is still one of these great hungry fighters, because even he doesn't know why he's doing it. All he knows is that he has the passion, the hunger, and the love for the sport, and of course, comes with big paychecks.
Christian Mbilli gave us a Fight of the Year contender in his last fight against Lester Martinez. What we know of him is he's a pressure fighter. He is going to be relentless in there. What do you think he can do that will cause Canelo trouble in terms of how they match up, Malik?
The thing is, how is Canelo going to handle the pressure? And when you say that, you have to think about, well, how have Canelo handled pressure with other fighters? I've seen Canelo fight pressure fighters, and they disengage. He put Miguel Cotto, a pressure fighter, on the back foot. There was times in the Ganelli-Golovkin fight that Ganelli went on the back foot, and that's not by accident. That's not by coincidence. It's because, yeah, we're constantly bigging up Mbilli's pressure, but let's not forget, Canelo will get in your chest. Canelo will make it uncomfortable for you. He will beat your arms. He will beat your hips, and he tests everything about you. Character and physicalities.
What are you expecting Canelo to have as his game plan in this fight? You've actually been able to speak to him recently, this weekend, right, Mike?
Yeah, I sat down with Canelo yesterday, Kate, and he said, look, I usually like to ease my way into the fight, figure the fighter out, and really see what he has. And this time, I want to start fast right out of the gate. And I think Malik's right. I think we could see Canelo putting Mbilli on the back foot. Mbilli's not going to be able to fight that way, and that can make it very uncomfortable for him.
Well, the good and the great of boxing are in Egypt at the moment for this fight weekend. Canelo Alvarez, you see him there, but also Christian Mbilli, his opponent, Alexander Usyk, Anthony Joshua, Rico Verhoeven, Hamza Shiraz also on the end there, Terence Crawford as well, retired but still in the mix. Obviously, this is just kind of what Turki Al-Sheikh has managed to create in boxing, that egos get put aside because the paycheck, the opportunities are just so good right now. This is a huge fight that we have coming up between Canelo and Christian Mbilli. It's for the WBC. We've got Hamza Shiraz, who is ranked number 10 in the ring rankings at super middleweight, who is fighting tonight against Begic for the WBO super middleweight title. I guess we're all looking at this fight tonight with Hamza, and then the fight that's coming up in September with Canelo and Mbilli. I'm wondering if Hamza and Canelo get a win. Do we get that fight that boxing fans have talked about and wanted, Mike?
It's definitely in the works, possibly, Kate. It could happen. Canelo told me that he wants to maybe fight now in December or February, after previously saying that he only wanted to fight once a year going forward. And what I'm looking to see is Canelo and Mbilli going to be for that vacant title? Because in the ring rankings, 1 versus 2, or in certain circumstances, 1 versus 3 can fill the vacancy, and that's up to the editorial board.
Well, that's what we're looking to see, but you're the senior insider. Can you not give us any insight?
I'm not the decider on that. I'm not the senior editor, so.
Okay, fine. Well, there's certainly a very interesting division right now, 168, just stacked with really, really talented names. Christian Mbilli, one of the things, I'll tell you what, we'll talk about that in just a minute, because Michael Buffer is ready to get this press conference started. So let's send you over to the legendary Michael Buffer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Grand Egyptian Museum here in Cairo. We are hours away from the glory in Giza, an event that will feature the heavyweight championship of the world. But right now, we have a very special announcement at this special press conference. On September 12th, one of boxing's biggest superstars returns to the ring to face one of the most dangerous KO punchers in the sport. It's Canelo versus Mbilli. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the World, promoted by Canelo Promotions in association with Eye of the Tiger, and brought to you by Riyadh Season, Ring Magazine, and Sella, live globally on DAZN from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the stars of the show for that event coming up in September. First up to the stage and to his seat for this panel, he's one of boxing's most feared and dangerous KO punchers. His professional record, 29 victories. 24, now let me repeat this, 24 of his 29 victories are by KO. He's never lost. He has 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, he is the reigning and defending undefeated WBC Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Mesdames et Messieurs, Christian Solid Mbilli. And his opponent for 15 years out of his 21 years in the ring, he has been a multifaceted world champion and multi-division champion. One of the most dominant superstars in boxing today, 63 victories. Those totals put him among the leaders in victories in the ring. 39 wins by knockout, 3 defeats with 2 draws. He's a former 2-time super welterweight world champion, the former middleweight world champion, former 2-time super middleweight world champion, former light heavyweight champion of the world, damas y caballeros de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Saúl Canelo Alvarez. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me turn it over right now to our host from the DAZN boxing broadcast team, Mr. Todd Grisham.
Thank you, Michael. Always a big thrill to have you introduce me. I'm sure all the people on this dais feel exactly the same way. We're so excited to be here in Cairo, Egypt, and just as excited to be heading back to Riyadh in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia September 12th, which of course marks Mexican Independence Day weekend, and the format of that card will reflect it. How about this, ladies and gentlemen? Every fight on the card will feature a Mexican fighter against an international opponent, so tricolor pride will be on the line in September, live on DAZN. Without further ado, let's speak to some of the other people, friends, on the dais here today. And we'll start with CEO of Ring Magazine, Mr. Rick Reno, Versace himself. Your thoughts on this matchup, Canelo versus Mbilli, as well as the Mexico versus World format that will be on display in September?
Well, I want to thank first everyone who was in attendance to support this event. And this is going to be a smashing main event. We've got an exciting undercard that we're working on, which I can't divulge the details yet until contracts are signed. The main event is signed. The return of the face of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez. And you have to commend Canelo for taking this fight. By the time he steps in the ring, he'll be a year out. He's coming off of elbow surgery and a setback. He could have taken a much easier fight than Christian Mbilli, the punching machine of the super middleweight division, who throws 100 punches around, is always in knockout mode from the first round on. You know, the last time Canelo went to Riyadh, he had his running shoes on. He was facing an opponent who ran for his life, and Canelo was chasing him around the ring to the point where Canelo was almost falling asleep. You don't have to chase Christian Mbilli. Christian Mbilli comes to find you, and Canelo is the type of guy who wants to be found. So I expect fireworks from the very first round. Mbilli has made it clear he's not going to change anything. He's coming in there to seek and destroy, and Canelo is all for it. He wants an opponent who's going to come and try to seek and destroy, to put on a Mexican war.
All right, thank you, Rick. Now we turn our attention to the CEO of Canelo Holdings, Mr. Richard Schaefer, to my right here. You've been working with Canelo for several fights now. How important is this fight for Canelo as he continues to build on his legacy?
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to acknowledge and thank the visionary who single-handedly has really elevated the sport of boxing over the past few years, and that's His Excellency Turki al-Sheikh. Without him, we wouldn't be here. Without the support of His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, we wouldn't be here. So thank you very much for them to make this happen. This is a very important fight. The face of boxing is back. There's no question about that. That is Canelo. He realizes how important that fight is. And yet, you know, he keeps challenging himself. He keeps picking the most difficult fighters in the division. When you look back at Canelo's last 5 fights, and if you add in Mbilli, do you know what the record was of those 6 fighters? 186 wins and 0 losses. 186-0. That is why he is the face of boxing. That's why Canelo is who he is. And again, here with Mbilli, we have a very exciting fighter. This fight between Canelo and Mbilli really is as well the definition of one of the most important and oldest saying in boxing: styles make fights. This fight, I am sure, will be a Fight of the Year candidate. Both are 2 of the most exciting fighters in the sport, and they're going to clash on September the 12th. A very important day for boxing, and yes, a very important day for Saul Canelo Alvarez, and he knows that.
Thank you, Richard. We appreciate that. And now I'd like to introduce the general manager of Eye of the Tiger Management and the manager, of course, of Christian Mbilli, Antonio Dakari. What a big moment for you and your fighter. How did this fight come about, and how confident are you that your fighter can rise to this occasion?
It's an honor, to be honest. We've been watching Canelo for years. He's the face of boxing, like you said. He's one of the best of the last era. We have tremendous respect, but don't mistake our respect with fear. We're coming in with only one goal: to win this fight. Canelo is going to find it really, really hard to deal with Mbilli for 12 rounds. Christian is just, he's a machine, and he's so driven, so excited, and so ready for this fight. It's the perfect timing. It's going to be a tremendous night, and you will, if people that don't know Christian at the time, will remember him forever after that night.
All right, thank you. And now let's speak to the former trainer of the year, Eddie Reynoso, who will speak through a translator. On paper, Mbilli looks tailor-made for Canelo's style. What's your strategy in this fight, and what dangers does Mbilli pose?
Sí. ¿Cuál es la estrategia que busca y... Hello. ¿Cuál es su estrategia y cuáles las dificultades que le ve a Mbilli?
Antes que nada, estamos muy contentos de regresar aquí. Agradezco mucho a la promoción, al señor Turque Lachis, por hacer posible el regreso de Canelo a estas tierras.
We thank Turkey Alakic for the fight and to bring us the fight here in Egypt.
Y pues no hay nada que decir, la ilusión de todo boxeador siempre ha sido ser campeón del Consejo Mundial de Boxeo. Ahora que vamos a pelear por él, vamos a trabajar fuerte como cuando ganamos el primero hace, creo que como unos 15 años, no me acuerdo bien. Ha pasado muy rápido el tiempo, pero vamos a demostrar que Canelo todavía está para los niveles grandes.
Yeah, we're going to demonstrate that Canelo is... Hello? Yeah, we're going to demonstrate that Canelo is going to work hard. Like always, we're going to work hard like always. And we're not going to struggle. He's going to win for sure. And yeah.
Y agradecido con toda la prensa que está aquí presente y esperamos verlos en septiembre en Arabia. Muchísimas gracias a todos y también a Mbilli por darnos la oportunidad de pelear por el título del mundo.
Thank you for Mbilli for giving us the opportunity to fight, and thank you for the press for all the help.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias. And now let's speak to the fighters. First up, the champ is here, Christian Mbilli, everybody. Since September, you burst onto the scene, a fight of the year against Lester Martinez. You've been elevated to the WBC super middleweight champion of the world, and now you're fighting the face of boxing. What have the last 8 months been like for you?
The last 6 months for me was amazing. You know, I have fight like in a big show. My last fight was in Vegas. I become a world champion. My goal was to be a world champion, and you had a fight with Canelo. I think the six last month was incredible.
Tell us why you believe not only that you belong in the ring with Canelo, but that you can beat Canelo.
I think I have a good style to beat Canelo because I'm amazing. I'm an amazing fighter. I have good power, good speed. I have all ability to beat Canelo and win this fight.
Good luck to you. Speak more to you in just a minute. And now, of course, the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, everybody. Canelo, some uncharted territory for you, coming off a loss, elbow surgery, and now you're the challenger. How confident are you that you can still be on top again?
I'm so confident. You know, I always confident because I know where I am, and how I train, how I feel, and how good I am. So I'm very confident.
We asked Sergio Mora questions he had about you, and he said he just wanted to know how bad you still want it. Do you still want it the way you did when you were younger, fighting for every fight to become champion?
Yes, I still want it. I feel like I have 15 years old.
Yeah. So what do you think about your opponent, Christian Mbilli? Why did you choose him? You could have fought anybody you wanted to.
Oh, he's a champion. He's a champion, and he's a danger fighter. He throw a lot of punches. He's strong, and I like that kind of fight.
Is it more satisfying for you to face someone who's going to come right at you as opposed to someone who's going to constantly be moving?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. All right, Mbilli, Canelo in his 68th pro fight, when he makes the walk for your fight, he'll be 36 years old. How much of a factor do you think that will play in this matchup?
Well, I don't care about the age. The factor is my ability to box and his ability. and I think it's the perfect timing for me.
So what will your strategy be in this fight?
I will not change anything, you know. I will keep my style, throw punch, put pressure, and we're going to see if he can deal with this, you know.
What did you think about Canelo's performance against Terence Crawford?
It was a good fight. You know, I'm not a big fan of running boxer, but it was a good performance for Crawford. That's it.
Did you see anything in that fight from Canelo that maybe you can expose? Any weaknesses?
Yes, yeah.
Such as?
I will not give any details, but you're going to see in September.
All right, and Canelo asked you, he was in a fight of the year against Lester Martinez. What did you think about that fight and his performance?
I think they made a good fight. The style makes the fights, and they have perfect style to do that kind of fight. And I think they throw a lot of punches, and they receive a lot of punches too. So that was a good fight.
If he comes to you right in front of you and just wants to slug it out and make this a mano fight, is that something you would welcome?
Yeah, why not?
He seems to be tailor-made for you. You heard Richard Schaefer say that styles make fights. You've gone 8 fights in a row without a KO. Is a 9th straight decision fine with you, or are you determined to get back on a knockout streak?
No, I just train, and I do my best in the gym, and I go into the fight to try to knock out my opponent. But at the same time, I'm ready for everything.
Mbilli says he views this as a 50-50 fight. What percentage chance do you give him to beat you in this fight?
0.
Why do you say 0? Nothing he does impresses you?
No, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but my mind is 0%.
And you said yesterday something that in 10 years, 20 years, he could never beat you. What makes you so confident about that?
No, like he say, it's the perfect time because I'm old and this and that. I say to him, you know, if I have 50 years old, you can still not beat me. So, and this life, he cannot beat me.
He's gonna be surprised in September.
You feel like that's just...
You're gonna be surprised.
Be ready. You're gonna be surprised. In September, dis-le, en septembre, il va regretter d'être sur le ring. En septembre, il va regretter d'être sur le ring.
In September, you will regret being on that ring.
What?
He said that on September 12, you will regret to be on that ring.
Yeah.
I can understand that. But...
In September, you're gonna regret to be in the ring.
No. You will see different things.
You will see.
Hey, you will see different things. You know, I'm not your opponent. You come to France and all this and made it for you. Come on, bro.
I'm not Berlanga. I'm not. Comment il s'appelle Munguia. You're gonna.
No, and you don't go Golovkin. You know this and this and this and this.
But you don't have the same age now.
We will see.
Not some performance that Golovkin.
Like I say, if I'm 50 years old right now, you cannot beat me.
You're gonna see.
Okay.
In September, be ready.
We'll see.
See.
Canelo, this is a Mexico versus the world card. What are some Mexicans currently fighting that you'd love to see on the card with you?
Oh, we are thinking about that, but we want to put an amazing card, Mexico versus the world. But we are still looking for what fighters is going to be in the card.
All right. Christian, I'll give you a final message. What would you like to say to your fans around the world and those who may not believe in you right now as you get set to face Canelo?
First, I want to thank all my fans around the world. Don't miss my fight in September. It will be an incredible show, incredible night, and I think it will be the fight of the decade.
Fight of the decade. Canelo, I'll give you the last word.
No, just thank everybody for the support. Thank Turki Alashi, my padrino, for always support me. Thank my team, always there for me. And yeah, I can't wait to come back on September 12th.
All right, can't wait for it. We'll bring Michael Buffer back on stage as we get set for a face-off between these two. One more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Christian Mbilli and Canelo Alvarez.
All right, fighters to the center of the stage. Two of the best in the super middleweight division. the return of the legendary Canelo Alvarez, and he takes on one of the biggest punchers in the sport today. It's Canelo versus Mbilli. September 12th, Riyadh, live on DAZN. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the world.
Well, as Canelo and Mbilli continue this face-off, I just want to get the reactions of the guys here up at the set, Sergio, Mike, and Malik. Sergio, I think with a Mexican Independence Day fight weekend, there's always an expectation that we have of the type of fights we're going to get. Is this one going to deliver?
Mexican style. But the thing is about Mbilli, he may not be from Mexico, but he has a Mexican style of fighting. He loves to come forward. He loves to brawl, get on the inside, and make it a physical fight. Canelo welcomes that because Canelo struggles with movers. Bivol was a mover, jabber, Mayweather Jr., and of course the great Bud Crawford. But against this style, Christian Mbilli style, it's a good old Mexican war, and that's exactly what Canelo was talking about.
This might sound odd because I know that Mbilli is the champ here. It's Mbilli who's got the WBC belt. But at the same time, it feels kind of, you're very blessed if you get rewarded with a draw to then get the big money ticket against Canelo and get that fight. Malik?
Yes, I've never seen that happen before. I've seen like two guys go in the back and forth war, get a draw, but he's actually got rewarded from that. Usually people will go crazy about, oh, we need to see that fight again. With that, they didn't. And that goes back to Canelo being the cash cow, the face of boxing. Only he can make a scenario like that work in his favor.
I know, obviously, you know, Mbilli is a very confident fighter, but it can't be lost on him the fact that he's going in against somebody with the status of a Canelo. This is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to elevate his name in ways that he may not get again in his career. Mike?
Yeah, and Kate, we just saw a very spicy press conference, right, with a lot of back and forth, and what Canelo said is right. Mbilli's faced some good fighters, but the best opponent of his career was his last fight, Lester Martinez, who's more of like an A- in my opinion. Now he's fighting a much, much better opponent than Canelo Alvarez, who's faced everybody there is. Gennady Golovkin, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather. So this is a massive step up in competition, and Christian Mbilli's going to have to like prove this litmus test that he's really on that level.
Yeah, it has all the makings of a barn burner, guys. It's on September 12th, live only on DAZN for you. Canelo against Mbilli, headlining the Mexico versus the rest of the world fight night. But you don't have to wait all that long to get more World Championship fighting here on DAZN.
In a world of rules, one fight breaks them all. Two champions, two disciplines, one question. Who will be champion of champions? Usyk, the master technician. Rico, the greatest kickboxer of his generation. A new legend will be forged. Usyk versus Rico. May 23rd. Watch only on DAZN.
We are so looking forward to this fight. We're just hours away now from a spectacular night of boxing in the shadow of the pyramids of Giza. Alexander Usyk and Rico Verhoeven headlining a stacked card. It promises to be just an unforgettable night in a historic location. Make sure you buy it now at DAZN.com/boxing. Just a big, big night of boxing. Let's get back to the press conference, though, and Canelo versus Mbilli. Obviously, we know it's Mexico versus the rest of the world. You came through to represent La Raza. You want to talk to us about the Mexicans that you want to see on this card? Because Canelo said, you know, they're still talking about that. They're still thinking about it. Who would you like to see?
You rolled your R. I love it.
La Raza.
Yeah, no, awesome. No, there's a lot of fighters that I would love to see him with. Of course, you know, champions. Rafael Espinosa is one of them. Raymond Murataya, Tito Mercado. You know, he's a up and comer puncher. I think he would be great on this card, just to spread his name, spread his power, and get more people to really look his way. And there's half Mexicans as well. I mean, David Benavidez, the Mexican monster. I don't know if he's willing to be on the card, but there's a lot of Mexicans that I would love to see on the undercard of this great night.
Giving us a totally different list to what you gave us beforehand. Look at that. Jaime Munguia.
That's another one.
Emmanuel Navarrete.
Yep.
Malik, if Sergio gets to choose the Mexicans, who would you choose to put them up against?
Against Munguia, I will go with Lester. Therefore,
Lester Martinez is a great
I will go with
fight,
Lester Martinez. With Mercado, I'm very big on that kid, but let's go right to what I really would love. Navarrete versus Shushu. I think that would be incredible. Rafael Espinosa versus Shoo Shoo, and Navarrete fight the winner of Shockey Foster and Raymond Ford. I would like to see it. And David Benavidez. The only thing with that, I'm not sure David Benavidez will be willing to be on the undercard.
For that Saudi bag, just maybe. But you never know. Come on.
Mike, you might be the only one of us who has some say in all of this. What do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised to see Brandon Figueroa on that card. Brandon Figueroa just scored a big knockout of Nick Ball, and I could see him on there defending his featherweight title. And of course, I would love to see Rafael Espinoza. Espinoza to me is one of the most underrated fighters in all of boxing.
Was that like I wouldn't be surprised, wink, wink, it might be coming?
Maybe on Figueroa, yes.
In terms of this fight between Canelo and Christian Mbilli, we heard Canelo say 0% chance you have of beating me. What do you think? Is it 50-50? How do you really see this fight?
Every fighter has a chance. I think, Canelo's saying that it just, the monster in him, trying to intimidate someone that's not accustomed to this level. And then Mbilli. But look, everyone has a chance, especially when you're a puncher, especially when you're as aggressive as Christian Mbilli. I would give him a little bit more, maybe 15%. But he's definitely in it against Canelo, and he's definitely an underdog.
All right, give me your percentages, and then we'll wrap up.
What I want to zone in on real quick is something that Mbilli said during his press conference. Would he consider the likes of a Terrence Crawford, which beat Canelo by boxing, but basically boxing and counterpunching? In all, the way he's wired, you heard what he said today? He said, I'm not really into that running stuff. He considered good. So, just think about that, the mentality of him. He's so front foot heavy. He's so of a dangerous one-trick pony that he don't even care if the world know. That was a sign to tell Canelo that everything you know about me, you're going to feel about me. I'm coming forward. You know I am. Let's see if you could do something about it. I am so looking forward to this fight, Mike.
Yeah, look, if we're going to see Christian Mbilli somehow pull off this upset, he's going to have to go through the fire to do it. He's going to have to be in a fight of the year type fight, and he's going to know he was in a fight. And Canelo said that he welcomes a fight of the year type fight here, and he's already been in one in that rematch with Triple G. So I'm expecting an explosive matchup, and I'm expecting Canelo to get a knockout finally for the first time in 9 fights.
Second half or first half of the fight, Mike?
Second half.
Okay, guys.
All right, like it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here for this press conference between Canelo and Christian Mbilli. We're super excited for those fights. September 12th, Mexico versus the rest of the world. It is Mexican Independence Day weekend. It never disappoints. Tonight, 6 p.m. Egypt time, 4 p.m. in the UK, and 11 a.m. on the East Coast of America. Glory in Giza. Alexander Usyk defending his WBC belt against Rico Verhoeven. It's a big one, everybody. Make sure you buy it now on DAZN.com/boxing. We will see you then.
Don't miss the biggest nights in MMA.
We are now set for the main event.
There's all to play for, which is so exciting. These teams have to come in here and give it their all.
Have a real nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my! Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Shelly.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on. But this is